Hi, my name is Gabby and welcome to my channel, Gabby on Paper. In today's video, we are going to go over my October expenses and see how much I've spent in each of my categories. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to start, I really wasn't sure how much I would be getting from my job. I estimated, but it looks like I underestimated by a fair amount. So for the first paycheck, I got $1,779.32. My second paycheck was $1,925.57. And then I got a tiny little check of $48.84. This one didn't include all of my deductions. There's one missing. This one also did not have that deduction, but it did have something like 5 hours of overtime, or maybe 4, I don't remember. And then this was for about an hour of overtime after taxes. So this was unexpected. I kind of thought this was gonna come in this paycheck. They didn't include it, so I got a prorated check. Not a prorated, backdated, whatever. I got an extra check for $49 essentially. So total income was $3,753.73. The savings use, I didn't budget for this because I forgot we were going to do this, but I did use some of my live events money. We wanted to go to a Bears game, so we bought the tickets. I didn't budget for it, but I did use $125. So if I bring both of these amounts down here, I'm gonna add them together for my total inflow, which is $38.7873. So that's how much I actually have to work with for the month. Going down to my fixed expenses, these were pretty standard, so I'll go through them pretty fast. My rent and utility fee, which I split with my boyfriend 50-50, was $11.78. My portion of the ComEd was $41.50. AT&T, it's been fluctuating, so it was $78.20. The Peloton was the usual $23.59. Pipsticks was the $17.95. I did send $84 to my Apple Card, and then $21.96 for my various subscriptions. $1445.20 is the total that I spent in my various bills. If I subtract that from the $38.7873 that was my inflow, means that I still had $2,433.53 to work with for the rest of my expenses. So now we'll go up to the variable expenses, and this is where things always go a little wild, but groceries. So I haven't gone over budget in a while, but I was at $255.73, not by much, but I still went over by about $6. I'm okay with that. Dining out, I only spent $164.31, which is crazy because I've been spending a fair amount of money dining out, and to come in about $80 under budget is amazing. It kind of makes sense that my grocery bill was higher because I was eating out less. For treats, I spent $41.67, so it's looking like $50 might be a good amount. I'm going to try and lower it probably in December and see. I'll start with like 45 and then go from there. Transportation, I spent the full $75. This was for my train pass, but future months I won't have to budget for transportation because that's the deduction that was missing from these paychecks. So I'll pay for that with pre-tax dollars, and I get it in a commuter benefit card. Entertainment, I spent $102.89, and which is completely crazy. I don't spend that much on entertainment. I always budget for it, and then I never end up spending it. So the fact that I went over is nuts, but I'm okay with it because we did a lot, and that's what it's there for. If we look back at September, you see I only spent $26.49 of the $75 I budgeted. And if we go back to August, only $41.81 of the $135. So we did a lot this month, which is good. Shopping, I only spent $16.54. Bought a beanie, so I'm ready for the cold weather. It was cold, like really cold for a couple of weeks, so I was ready to use it, and now it's warmed up. Like today, it's 70 here in Chicago, so I won't be using it for a while, but it's ready to go when it's time. For home, I did overspend, it's also been a while since I've overspent in home. So I spent $43.38. Let's take a look at what I bought. So home is red. Here. Oh, Amazon, the Swiffer, the wet Swiffer wipes. And oh yes, Italy bowls. Shoot, I forgot I did that. I should have included Italy as my savings use, because I did use the $32 I had reserved. But that's okay. Let's move on. I'll prepare it better for next time and keep track of the savings that I pull from throughout the month, so this is more accurate. I think the bowls were like $35 and I spent $30 and I had saved up $32, so the rest just came from my home category. Gifts, I spent the full $50, and then miscellaneous $19.25. So under budget. Let's take a look at what I spent in miscellaneous. Oh, a Lime scooter for $8.32, dry shampoo at Target. Oh, Venmo candy. A little kid approached us and asked if we wanted to buy candy. And then we said yes before we asked how much, and he was like, 1 for $5 or 2 for $10, which is obviously not a deal, but he was cute, so we did it. And that's it. Let's go ahead and add that up. So we're gonna subtract the $768.77 from what we had left over after our fixed expenses. So that's $24.33.53, meaning $1,664.76 extra. So we're gonna jump down to the debt. I did send an extra $40 exactly. And then we're gonna jump back up. So the $1664.76 minus the $40, so we sent to the Apple, means that I saved $1624.76. That's a lot of money saved for me. I'm not gonna write the exact amounts because I'd have to check my YNAB, but the majority of that went to travel, which is because my trip to Cancun is coming up, Christmas, and yeah, just November spending. So I'm trying to get a month ahead on my YNAB budget. So a good chunk of the $1624.76 went towards funding November. Obviously that does include travel and Christmas. I upped my travel budget and my Christmas budget. So this one is fully funded. This one I'm still working on, but I think I'll be able to hit my goal by the time that I want all of the money, which should be December 10th, I want to say. I just picked that day randomly because it's about 2 weeks before Christmas. Like always, I am going to take a second to go through and highlight all of my categories. You guys, I am clearly losing it because I completely forgot to include live events. We spent $147.71 on the Bears tickets. I had saved the $125 previously, so I was a little over budget because I hadn't saved enough. So I had to go in and adjust all of my numbers. After my live events category, I had spent $916.48 in variable expenses. So over budget for all of my variable expenses by $16.48, which is not bad considering like I hadn't planned to buy these Bears tickets. So pretty happy with that. From there, I have $1517.05 left over, of which $1477.05 went to various savings goals, and then $40 to debt. So everything else should be accurate. This is why I can't film things last minute, because I'm rushed and then I miss big important things like adding $32 for the Eataly bowls and the live event, and then now it's a mess. It's just that I got home around 5:40 and I knew I had to film, but in Chicago it gets dark pretty early. I think the sun sets by like 5:42, and then with the daylight savings, it'll be like 4:42, so I won't be able to film after work anymore, or I'll be in like the dark. But that's why the lighting's a little off. I have my ring light on. But yeah, I had to like hurry home so I could quickly add everything up and film it. So there's still some light out, but it's not looking great out there. Anyways, for October, I am pretty happy with how it turned out. Obviously, I got a fair amount of money more than I was expecting, over $400 more, which is good. I'm going to work every hour of overtime I can to increase my income a little bit and hit some of these savings goals a little faster. I think overall, like I'm really proud of like my spending for the month. I mean, groceries was over by less than $6, but I was so under on dining out that it just made up for that. So it's good. And I'm glad that for once I used up all of my entertainment budget, because we usually have plans and they fall through or we get lazy or whatever. And this time we did everything, obviously. Spent all my money. Anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Bye.